When the king of the jungle roars, you know you are indeed in the wild. Welcome to Pejeta Conservancy in Laikipia County that works to conserve wildlife, provide a sanctuary for great apes, and to generate income through tourism and complementary enterprises for investment in conservation and community development. The Conservancy, that sits on 90,000 acres of land, is well known for diversity in wildlife with unique animals not found anywhere else in Kenya.
For instance, we have the last two northern white rhinos in the world. We also have chimpanzees, which are rescued chimps. We also have the lion's share of when it comes to lions and other predators in Laikipia. We have about 70 of them. We have the largest population in East and Central Africa of black rhinos.
The southern and northern rhinos here are just special. Never had I come this close to a rhino.
Good girl.
Good girl.
Yeah, good girl. Come on.
A massive animal that weighs well over 2 tons.
So here we have 3 rhinos, 2 of which are the northern white rhinos. The one in front is Najin, she's the elder northern white rhino. And the one behind is Fatu, she's the youngest northern white rhino. She's 21 years old. And their friend is a southern white rhino.
So what's the difference between the northern white rhino and the southern white rhino?
Yeah, the southern were mostly found in the southern parts of Africa, where relatively the grass was shorter. As you can tell from looking at their necks, they have got more muscles on the neck so that they could support their heads always down to the ground. The northern were found into the northern parts of Africa, where the grass was relatively taller because it was more dense and equatorial regions. So they evolved to have less muscles on the neck so that they could lift their heads higher and feed on the tall grass. And the other difference is the hairy ears. So the northerns have got hairy ears, while the southern have got very little hairs on their ears.
I kept learning more about the only 2 remaining northern white rhinos in the world. Both female.
The mother and the daughter. The 2 cannot carry pregnancy to birth. We have a team of scientists who are working on trying to use IVF science to try and bring back the population.
But just how did Pejeta become their home?
Kenya is not part of their home range. Initially, they were brought in from Czech, from zoos abroad. At that time, they were brought in 4 of them, 2 males, 2 females. But sadly, mating took place, but reproduction did not take place. Over the years, we've lost the last males.
The last surviving male northern white rhino, that was known as Sudan, died of old age at the age of 45 in 2018. And this black rhino is known as Baraka. He is blind, but a very friendly animal.
I'm so amazed. I'm very amazed. I've actually seen an elephant. It was also my first time.
What else have you seen?
Antelopes, buffaloes, rhinos, yes. And now I'm here to see Baraka.
Baraka.
Yes. Anytime you see an animal, it's definitely magical to you because you see them close. Wow. You know, in TV they're so huge.
Wow.
But now when you see it, you get so amazed by it. Yeah.
Unlike the rhinos, which are confined to the Conservancy, elephants, which have migratory habits, are free to move out to the greater Laikipia Samburu ecosystem.
We have 2 corridors. So the wildlife that we have around, they are free to move in and out. We have, to the south, we have Aberdares, and to the north, we have Mount Kenya.
Remember, you'll not find chimps anywhere else in Kenya, except here in Pejeta.
So these are chimps that have been rescued on transit in international airports. Some have been persecuted in Central Africa. We have a skull of an elephant here.
This board will give you an idea of the animals you are likely to see in the Conservancy.
Yeah, we have cheetahs, leopards, buffaloes, zebras. There is something for everyone.
And a visit to Pejeta would be incomplete without learning about how livestock and wildlife coexist.
We have about 7,000 Borana cattle. We also have an abattoir, and we harvest, we normally sell beef.
So cattle and wildlife coexist.
Yeah, they do very well. It's one percentage takeoff from the lions. Over the years, we've adopted to ensure that the bombers that we use are pretty much lion-proof.
So how do you link tourism and conservation?
You can't do without the other. The income generated through tourism supports conservation. Again, we give back to the communities. We have a community development department.
Pejeta is also known for education activities.
We encourage especially school kids to come and feel, get to understand.
In some places you are not allowed to touch.
Here
you can touch.
you can touch. But we normally sanitize with the COVID, Yeah. Also in Habibu, we have a tide here for the leopard.
And if you want somewhere to stay while enjoying a wild safari in Pejeta, look no further. The Conservancy is home to 9 tented camps, lodges and homestays.
Before COVID happened, we used to have a lot of international visitors. Since there is no international travel, we are receiving more and more local tourism.
Pejeta Conservancy, the home to magical experiences never found anywhere else in Kenya.